Welcome to Developer Commentary, Community Stories. For this special WWDC episode, we're recording from the WWDC podcast studio at Apple Park.
This is Kai, and I'm Malin, and we're here with Adrian Eves to talk about the community events that make WWDC even more special. And we're also going to talk about community-run developer conferences beyond WWDC. Welcome, Adrian.
Hey, Adrian.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to get to talk just like we do on our Zoom and FaceTime calls, but in person.
I know, yeah, it's going to be really fun. I think we want to talk a lot about community events and like really that part that makes WW special. So since this sort of format changed, we have gotten a lot more community things happening, and it's so social, and I think that's really what makes it extra special and like super fun. So Kai and I, we started with Core Coffee like back in 2022 and had our Sunday event, and we've sort of been continuing doing that. And you started, and a lot of other people involved in that started CommunityKit last year, and now you're doing it again this year. So we would love to just hear how you feel like the community part has evolved.
Oh man, the community has always been incredibly wonderful, and it's always had a very strong presence. And I think my favorite part about it is no matter how much it's evolved from the pre-pandemic dub-dubs to the immediate post-pandemic ones to even the ones now, that inclusivity still remains very closely at its heart. But year to year, it changes a lot for sure. And I know, like, for instance, we get to do more in-person things together, and that's always really special. What were some of your favorite aspects, especially of this year versus previous years?
I actually think I like this format better than the pre-pandemic one because I think there is more space for community events. I always like, for most conferences, the talks and the presentations are fun, but I think the community is...
Yeah, there's a lot of information, but I do feel like it is a little bit of an excuse for us all to hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think this format is really good, and I think the main thing that I think has taken some time for attendees to adjust to is the essentially what the week will look like, because I think it's a little bit more like a make your own adventure kind of thing, and I think that is really where this community event comes in. And now I think it's really evolved to be like, hey, you can really have a completely packed week and like actually miss stuff, and you have to really...
Yeah, if you aim for a 4-hour sleep day, you can totally make that happen.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I feel that for sure. Honestly, that was last night and today. So like this year, I finally got the right idea with sleep and hydration. The 3 weeks before this week, I went to bed every night at 9:30. And I hydrated. I kind of cheated. I had a bunch of Pedialyte so I could get the electrolytes. But so that way, this week I can last, and then the next week I can go back to sleeping. So that's really nice and really fun. And yeah, I like what you said, how it's an excuse to hang out, because it definitely is. It's kind of like, oh man, we're gonna see our friends again.
Yeah.
And the thing you said about choosing your adventure is really apt. And I think that's the best way it's evolved. There's a lot of agency here, because especially right after the pandemic, we had the in-person event, and now it's expanded to, for instance, Spacemen in the Steve Jobs Theater, developer sessions at the Developer Center, and in the Steve Jobs Theater as well. And even events like this, it's just really cool, and I think it's been a rare opportunity to really evolve and grow the community, because I'm sure the pandemic, we're still feeling the effects of it, and so it almost feels like it was a catalyst for an evolution, which I'm very appreciative of. I don't know if that's the case for you, but I would be willing to bet probably.
Yeah.
How has CommunityKit changed this year compared to last year?
So last year, CommunityKit was really great, and I was nervous about it because it was the first time doing it, and I didn't know how it was going to land. It was really warmly received and well loved. So this year, we came back instead of 3 days, for a grand total of 6 days. And somehow we still managed to fill the schedule and run ourselves.
So based on that, next year there will be 12 days.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna just go. And actually we're thinking of like raising it, like squaring it each year. Like the next, like in 3 years, the next CommunityKit's gonna be like 2 years. That's not correct math, but it's Wednesday.
Yeah. So I think one thing that's very different with CommunityKit compared to a more traditional conference is that it is really sort of combining different community meetups, and like people who have been involved in the community for a really long time are actually having like a space for their events and those kind of things. And it feels like you really bring a lot of people into it. How has that process been like figuring out like who is doing what, who it's like which events are coming up?
It's actually really, really easy because people are eager to be a part of something, and especially when you have good intent, people can genuinely recognize. So this year, we got student Swift stars to join us as part of community, and it was such a good fit after the watch parties. A lot of really good energy in that room, a lot of really talented students, really inspiring things, very emotional things too, because a lot of those students are very motivated to build things for like family members and friends who have chronic conditions and such. That's really inspiring. And then we have things like your trivia and community breakfast, which is just a ton of fun, and people love to show up, especially wherever Core Coffee is, concerned. And you've been doing that forever, so you've led just by such a tremendous example. And honestly, like with our meetups, like Try Swift Tokyo and the women's breakfast, it's just really nice because I don't think we did it on purpose. We didn't sit there and design it and say, hey, let's do this just because Michaela and I were working on a project together recently. And one of the things that Michaela Karen, who is an excellent co-host for CommunityKit, and so is the rest of our team. They're absolutely wonderful human beings. But we kind of came to the realization that Dub is all about what you can do with all of these things, and there's so much possibility. And what we have ended up bringing up with CommunityKit is about who you are, and together who we are. And as long as people tolerate that, that's just like a kind of magic that I just really, really love.
Yeah, CommunityKit is quite on a different spectrum. When we started Core Coffee, we started it because we thought we were living in Vancouver at the time, and we wanted to meet developers. There was a developer community meetup in Vancouver, but it happened like twice a year?
Yeah, twice.
So we did the math, how often do you have to meet the same people before you consider yourself friends? Like probably, 3-4 times, and we did the math like that takes a lot.
That's like more than a year, yeah.
So Core Coffee was kind of designed to be super easy, right? It's Malin and me getting coffee, telling people where we do that, and having them show up. CommunityKit seems like a lot of work.
CommunityKit is, and that's what makes it very exciting. Also,
all right.
Okay. But it's really fun because you're never going to get 2 years of the year that are the exact same. And so this year was definitely something. This year caught us by surprise. We came in with expectations of what we did last year, but it grew way bigger. And honestly, one of our biggest struggles this year that we've encountered is keeping up with that growth. So when we come back next year, which we are, we're going to really, really plan for a lot of those moments. We have a lot of folks like Charlie Chapman who give us really good advice on how to make things smoother. Because, there are rough cases in any growing thing. CommunityKit is only back for its sophomore year. And so I'm just really excited that people love it and that we give people a space to be themselves and to really just enjoy the company of each other. And but like I said, things like Core Coffee really made like a blueprint for that. And things like Happy Hour, we are not the first people to come up with something special for the community. There are people who have been around since probably Next Step even, who have made things in gatherings.
Have you met Jim? Speaking of Next Step, have you met Jim at any of the conferences? He is a macOS developer who built, I believe, the 7th ever macOS app in 1984.
And it's still
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
available.
6, 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still up and running. He's still working on it. It's still out.
It's been running continuously since 1984, and it's built for Apple Silicon now. It's pretty wild.
Oh, it came out in 1984, like the famous Mac year?
Yeah.
That's the
Oh,
one.
man, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And he attended CommunityKit too.
Yeah, also, I would love to hear a lot of your inspirations. What motivates you to do Core Coffee? What keeps you coming to do it?
We like coffee.
That's a good start.
That was actually a constraint that we had.
Yeah, it's actually been surprisingly difficult.
That's the one part where we don't make our life easier. We're super coffee snobby. So we want to host the Core Coffee.
Yeah.
The initial idea of Core Coffee was find ideally new coffee shops back then in Vancouver, right? Coffee shops that recently started, but that really care about what they're doing, that might not have a regular audience yet, and bring a bunch of developers that like coffee to those places. But because of our coffee snobbery, we sometimes have to do coffee tastings before we dedicated a location to be a Core Coffee location, which seems way overkill. And it is.
I don't think it's overkill. You just have very fine, precise taste. I appreciate that, especially, not all chicken nuggets are made equal.
But yeah, then when it came to like WWDC and like the new format, essentially, that's where we felt like, okay, we already have Core Coffee. That's something we've been doing in person in Vancouver for so long, and we wanted to essentially try to use that. Have something that's like pretty easy, pretty straightforward to run. Like we don't need it to be like booking a venue, just because we didn't know that first year back after the pandemic how many people would actually make it there. But we felt like there were many people who might not be able to get a ticket to the main event, but we wanted to have like that meeting spot for people.
And we tried to schedule them super early,
Exactly,
so that people that were on the fence, maybe
Yeah.
they didn't get a ticket or they wouldn't know if they would get one.
Yeah.
So they can already plan. It's like, all right, worst case, there's one coffee thing every single morning of the
Yeah,
week.
and that's the thing. We try to do it we did have a meetup every day. And I think the idea there was like, okay, people might just meet in the morning and then they hang out for the rest of the day. And we actually met people who did not know each other before. And the year after, they met on the first day of Core Coffee. And the year after, they decided to book an Airbnb together. Because they were like getting
That's
along
awesome.
so well.
Yeah.
I imagine that's got to feel really special, though, kind of seeing that kind of friendship and camaraderie blossom from something that you created.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they're big rivals and
Oh,
no.
Well, I mean, like, we need a little drama sometimes.
yeah. And it obviously changed a lot. Like the first year was maybe 12, 15 people showing up to each of them. Now I think we had over 400 people RSVP to the Sunday event.
Yeah,
So-
like it was packed.
I know.
So
yeah.
now
In the
we-
best of ways.
Yeah.
So now we
that's good.
actually tell the coffee shops. In the beginning, we were so worried that coffee shops would tell us no. So we're like, if we don't even ask them, they cannot say no.
It's better to ask for forgiveness,
Yeah.
right?
But we figured now when it's 400 people, we should probably give them a little bit of a heads up.
A little bit.
Last year, we did give them a heads up last year.
Yeah.
And they,
Yeah.
I think they didn't take us quite seriously. We called them and we were like, hey, we have a developer meetup related to conference. Is it okay if we host it there? We bring a bunch of people. And
I
they're
think that the way I said it is like, I have a meetup for me and my friends. And they're like, yeah, we have like 5 tables up front. And I'm like, it's like 100 of my friends.
You just have a lot of friends. Like, what an interesting problem to have.
Yeah, and it turns out I don't know if it was the way we said it, but they didn't take us super seriously. So they actually that day they decided to train some staff. So there was one person that was brand new, and by the end of their shift, they definitely knew how to make coffee.
They got the full tutorial stack.
Yeah, this year it was a bit different
Yeah.
because we picked the same venue. Now we're comfortable with them. They know what they get themselves into. So they
so
actually
much
brought
fun.
extra staff in to crank out the coffees.
I think they were very happy to that we gave them a heads up and also
Yeah.
that it was a success.
Yeah, and also really cool. Some two stories from that were also. One person came to us and she was like, "Man, the coffee here must be so." She had no idea about Core Coffee or WWDC. She was like, "The coffee here must be so amazing if there are 100 people waiting in line to get the coffee." And then there was another couple that had nothing to do with Apple platform development. They just decided to ask around, "Hey, what is this about?" And they actually ended up staying for like an hour and a half chatting with people. And I think those kind of things are also,
that's
you
so
know,
cool.
it's such a good benchmark for a community. If random people can
Yeah.
show up,
And
and by
it's-
the end of it, they're friends and part of the community.
Yeah, and they felt welcome and they like exchanged like details and like.
Oh, that's
Those
so
kind of
awesome.
things.
Look at you. Just like creating friendships and, bonds since 2022.
Do you already have any feedback from CommunityKit this year that you want to change for next year?
Yes. So one thing about me personally is, even with CommunityKit last year, once it's Monday hits and the watch party comes, I'm already like, next year, time to start. And so I have like a bunch of stuff like I'm collecting for next year. Not data, we don't do that. But one of the things I want to do is I want to do better transitions between events. And I think we just need to bake a little more extra buffer time in the schedule, because the thing that we've done is it's like we have something that runs from 2 to 4 and then the next thing runs from 4 to 6. And it's like, that's no time at all to really switch, and we need to give people that time so they can also change the context. That was also feedback Charlie gave me.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we were
the reason for that feedback.
We were eating out of Charlie's time, right? Like we were running our meetups.
Okay.
We had some technical issues during the trivia that ended up costing us a little bit more time. We should add one of those cool timers they have here to know when it's time for
That's true.
people to wrap up.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know, we tried that after our trivia to announce the next thing, because it's always weird, right? You don't want the room to clear if there's so many people already there. So I think that seemed to have worked.
Yeah.
I think, that's definitely some of the feedback that we've gotten too. I think, honestly, the biggest thing is just managing how much we grew. It just blew our minds. We were not expecting it. We were honestly, we were a little unprepared for the size and the amount of folks. But thankfully, like the people who came had a lot of grace with us, and they were just really happy to be there. And so we were like, of course, just as happy to, put it on for them, because like we genuinely care about these people and want to make this a very inclusive thing. Because there's the whole golden ticket thing, and we want to just say, oh, come on anyway, get in here.
Yeah.
So what have you done throughout the year to tell people? Has it sort of been like a word of mouth thing since last year, or like where did all those extra people come from?
I think we just got really fortunate with our first year, because honestly, leading up to it, a lot of people, we were like, hey, we have CommunityKit, and people were like, what is that? And only closer were we like, it's a kind of like, it runs alongside WWDC. And so this year, I took a lot of care to kind of space our tweets out. We made a better video this year. We also have a lot of fun doing kind of our goofy, indulging the goofy side of things. And so that seemed to work really well. And one thing I wanted to prove on last year was my communication efforts with all the folks participating. And I think I did well on that. I still think I can do better, but that was a good goal to have that I feel that I did better on. But of course, there's always room for improvement, and that's exciting.
Yeah. I mean, we communicated. I think you did really well.
We did, at least once.
Yeah. We're here, all of us, so we're good. In addition to CommunityKit, I think many people want to sort of continue stuff throughout the year. There's ongoing meetups that are happening after WWDC, but
We're going to post WWDC
Exactly.
for coffee back in Vancouver.
Yeah. So there are things like that, but you are also doing a bigger thing. You are having your own conference that's separate from this.
It's true.
Called Swiftsonic.
Yes, it is.
Are you excited?
I am really excited. I'm nervous because, it's funny, once I put the tickets on sale, my eyes kind of widened, and I was like, oh my gosh, money is involved.
Now you're committed, now you got to do it.
And then it's just it's me, and then thankfully my dear friend Ben is helping me, and he's helped me so much. We picked up Ben as a volunteer from CommunityKit last year, and he's part of the core team now.
You stole him. I'll take
Ben
him from my
is
conference.
such a saint because he puts up with all of my neuroses and all of my little particularities, and so I feel like I need to take Ben out for ice cream or something after this. But yeah, but Swiftsonic is happening. So if you like music and you like iOS developer conferences, this is the thing for you. It's music themed, even to the point where it's in Nashville, aka Music City.
What made you want to host it in Nashville, considering that you're not based in Nashville?
Well, so at Infinite Loop, how we got to put the pins in the map?
Yep.
If you look where I put my pin, which is little old Mobile, Alabama, there is probably a 200 or 300 mile radius of no one else. So I think if I said, come fly to Mobile in our little regional airport, it would be a party of one. Maybe Matt
we would
Heaney
be
and
there.
Ben. Oh, so I'd have 4
three.
people.
Yeah.
It would party. You need to come through for your Core Coffee road trip anyway.
Yeah.
So Nashville, what's the state of the conference? Everything ready? You're good to go?
I want to say yes, but that's just simply not true. I announced our opener speakers, which I'm really, really proud of that lineup. I think they're going to do a really good job. And after Dub, I'm going to announce formally all of our headliner speakers.
Nice.
I mean, you mentioned headliners and openers, right? Those are the two. What is so explain that a bit, the different speaker formats.
So, have you ever been to a concert?
Yes.
You know that there is a performer, a headliner, but also they have an opening act who gets a lot of exposure and, event grows their own following and grows into their own artist following. The idea behind Swiftsonic is I wanted to have a gimmicky mechanic, because I like gimmicky mechanics, where I paired newer or folks who haven't spoken as much with folks who've spoken a lot, like you. You'll be speaking.
I will.
And they each have about 30 minutes per slot. But the neat thing is, instead of like the opener taking 30 minutes and the headliner taking 30 minutes, they partner together, and they can use that partnership as much as they want or as little as they want. You can still use the blocks, but you can use the combined hour as creatively as you would like to create an unpredictable performance and kind of give a little bit of a pizzazz, if you will, to the conference experience. So it becomes a performance in a way that people will just show up and they're going to be entertained in some way, and they just don't know what to expect, and that's really cool. I don't even know what to expect.
Yeah, I like this. I didn't really know this is what I signed up for, so I didn't know what to expect.
Oh, surprise!
Yeah, no, I think that's really fun, and I love when conferences are really doing something different, like putting a different spin on it, because I think that's like sparks the conversation, and people will remember it a lot.
How do you decide who to pair?
It isn't. So what I generally try to do is I see who I've got as headliners and I see who I've got as openers, and I'm fortunate to know most of these people, and so I try to understand, what the headliners like and like who they are, and I try to also think a lot about what the openers want out of their lives and their development careers, and it's a form of mentorship, and so the idea is I try to match based on that and based who I feel we get along well, so that way beyond Swiftsonic, maybe they'll have some kind of relationship that surpasses it and continues. I hope that these folks get to be a part of each other's life and continue to build community in different unexpected ways. So that's where that comes from.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I think that's really, I don't know, really cute or like really special. I really like it.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have venue already?
I do. So I'm using the U.S. conference brand. Josh did the Lowe's Hotel for Deep Dish, so naturally I'm doing the Lowe's Hotel in Nashville. I figured just keeping it simple for anyone flying in, they just think Lowe's for all the American conferences.
You have one reward program.
Exactly, that's it. They're kind of like, man, what is it with these iOS developers?
How long is the conference? Is it 3 days?
Conference is 3 days.
Okay, and since I'm presenting, and I'm learning a lot about this right now.
Yes, right.
Do you need to be musically talented to do this?
No.
Okay,
But if you like music, it's a plus. I think one of the things we're going to do is before the conference rolls out, and once the speakers are all announced and paired, I'm going to ask them for like a song that they're really carrying with them this year or something they really like to pump them up, and I'm going to release a playlist on Spotify and on Apple Music with the speakers' choices, so that way folks can listen to it and get in the headspace. And, kind of share some musical interest with them. It's all about kind of relating to people.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's really cool. So that is happening later in October, but I think many people are at meetups here or potentially are feeling like, oh no, I missed out. I really want to go to CommunityKit or Core Coffee. How do you feel about like people starting their own thing? Do you have any recommendation of like how to get started?
I think, and you know this just as well as I do. By the way, Swiftonic's in November, so like just saying that. But I think all that really matters, if you really want to do it, is ask yourself why. And if you feel motivated enough by it, if you're motivated for the right reasons, for people, to serve people, to help people, then your heart's in the right place, and you should definitely go for it. There is like one of the things I love about this community is it's not like, especially like things like CommunityKit and Core Coffee, we're not like, oh no, we have to be the big game in town, get out. We're like, come on, make a thing. Like, come on, like we'd love to help out with it, like whatever, or we'd love to like talk about it, So like Bitrig had like their hackathon, and we had like the interface, which is like kind of an adjacent partner of CommunityKit, and we were really happy to celebrate them. As long as we celebrate each other and take care of each other, the community exists and thrives. The second we stop doing that, we're in trouble.
No, I mean, I feel the same. I feel like often you might be you want everything to be perfect that you do, right? And I think it's easy to get in your own head and be like, oh, it's got to be this like perfect format. I need to make sure I have like a speaker series and I have 2 people coming every month giving a talk. But I think really what many people actually really are looking for is just having a person who brings other people together and have essentially an excuse, like we have this week, like have an excuse to meet each other. And I don't think you have to like overcomplicate it, unless you want to make like a really big thing. But I do think just getting started, like pick a location, pick a place. Ideally try to like, it's nice to have one more person who can help you, because worst case, you 2 are hanging out, and I think that's fun as well.
You could even do something as simple as like a FaceTime call once a month. Like you know our friend Chris Wu. He, by the way, he made an app called What's My Set. You should pre-order it. he organized a thing for us. It's Will Taylor, Matt Heaney, Ben Frybend, and myself, and him, of course. He calls it the Floribama Catch-Up. And once a month, he calls it that because he lives in Florida, and Will and I live in Alabama. And once a month, we get together for an hour and just talk about what's going on in our lives. And it could be as simple as small as that. You know, we're not having a Floribama meetup here at, like, officially at Dub, but like that matters to us. We're friends. You know, we're all really close. We all care about each other. And it could be as simple as that. You know, there are so many ways to get in touch with each other and connect, and it's a really beautiful thing. Community is everywhere if you know where to look. So you can play it to your strengths and, you know, get connected with people in a way that you feel comfortable with. There are an infinitude of ways to do it. And just find the way that speaks to you and go after it.
Yeah. And also, it can grow from the smallest thing possible, right?
Like going to coffee.
Yeah, starting with 2 people having coffee to having 400 of your closest friends having coffee.
It's a bit of a growth.
Yeah. And I also think this year, I've heard a lot of people that didn't get a ticket, and they have the best week of their
I've heard that a lot
year,
this
right?
year. So yeah, it's so cool, and I love that that's a thing that people get to have. They come out here anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people ask, should I come if I didn't win a ticket? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no question. Like maybe in the early, like pre-COVID years, it was a bit like, oh, I don't know, we're figuring things out. I feel like at this point, we're like at an absolute, you will be busy all day if you want to, just with community events. And don't get me wrong, the Apple ticket, the ticket is great, WWDC ticket is amazing.
Yeah.
The venues are all beautiful.
Yeah, no, look at that wood. I want that in my house.
But if you do not get a ticket, I don't think you feel like you're missing out.
Yeah, you're not going to be bored.
Yeah, you're gonna meet so many people. You're gonna have a great time. If you know people already, it's great. You get to catch up with your friends from all over the world. If you don't know anyone, you will have friends from all over the world once you're done here.
No, it's really great. My best friend in the whole world he lives in the UK. His name is Matt Heaney. You know him.
Yeah.
He's like, but we bonded over things like deep dish or whatever, and now like we're pals. We point at each other every time we see each other. We say, "You're my best pal." He's just a good person. I've met him. There's a lot of good people here, if you just give him a chance.
Yeah.
It's just it's awesome. And so like I'm so lucky to know you, and just like we have so many good friends, and we're all like it's like a little neighborhood almost.
Yeah, and I think what you said, like it's not about having the biggest conference or the biggest meetup in the city. It is, and that's something I really love about the mobile or like the iOS community and the Apple community in general. It feels like everyone wants to lift each other up and really encourage each other to like do their best work. And
no one has an ego. No matter how famous and popular they're on social media, when you see them in person, everyone's just happy to chat and nerd out about all the new APIs and all the friends they made.
It's so great. It is a really good it is a really nice way to just make friends and have friends. It's a really beautiful thing. Like you hit the nail right on the head.
Awesome. On that, I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Looking forward to Swiftsonic.
Thank you for having me. It's been great.
And of course, CommunityKit next year.
That's right. We'll see you at CommunityKit, and I hope to see you at Swiftsonic. I'll see you at
Absolutely.
Swiftsonic.
You'll see both of us
too.
at Swiftsonic. Yeah. Very excited for it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
That's a wrap.
Oh, okay. Wow. I was so nervous.